Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another video of the series, Let's Talk Habs with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY. Today, I'm going to talk about Artturi Lehkonen. The value of Lehkonen can be on the trade market for the trade deadline. It's coming the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to talk about Artturi Lehkonen, so don't go nowhere. Of course, before we start, we invite you, don't forget to click on the likes and also tell me what you think about my proposal of the Artturi Lehkonen and how I think about Lehkonen and NHL with the Montreal Canadiens. At the end of the video, of course, you can tell me what you think. And finally, if you are not subscribed, we invite you to subscribe to the Facebook page and also on the YouTube channel under the Hockey Nation Live. So let's dive in talking about Artturi Lehkonen. Let's talking. Of course, this is a part of the series called the Let's Talk Habs. I'm going to bring a couple of time video like this talking about Sven players, what they look like, their value at the trade deadline. So the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is of course the number 62, Artturi Lehkonen. The first thing is the value of Lehkonen in NHL at that moment. He's 26 years old. He's going to be at the end of the season RFA for one more year. He's at that moment at $2.3 million. The rules in NHL is increasing of 10%. So we increase about what 200. So he's going to be at 2.6. Can he get a $3 million? I expect, I will say to you honestly, yes. But let's talk about, he was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens at 2 round, a 55 overall pick. He was played in Finland, born in Finland, by the way. And a 6 year in NHL. He has a 376 game, 66 goals, 69 assists for 135 points this season. He have 5 goals, 10 assists. He's still high, and his career in NHL is an average of 14.58. His Corsi is percentage is at 52.9 during his career. Let's move on to the next graphic. The value of Lehkonen, what the scout or the people evaluate Lehkonen, is about one of the most consistency player in NHL and for the Montreal Canadiens. Consider always been at the bottom 6, but his work ethic is really a great example for the other players in with the Montreal Canadiens. He has a great sense of defensive. His position, he have a very high IQ, great vision. He anticipate and read the play very, very, very good above most of the players in NHL. The details of the game is really knows those kind of stuff like where to go, what you need to do without the puck, and intercept the pass, everything like that. So that's what the value of Lehkonen. Of course, he's not recognized. The guy scored 30 goals. Of course, he started this career with 18 goals, never accomplished again in NHL. But the way he play is more on the other side of the game, where it's really good about the defensive side. The one I want to mention also is a little bit his number. We don't see those kind of number in NHL because we consider as the fan most about how many points. Oh, you have 30 points, 40 points, 50 points, 60 points. Then how many goals? You have 10, 15, 20, 25. That's what most of the fans evaluate a players, only by the number of the point. But when you go on the analytic stat, that's what you consider the kind of player they are. And when you go deeper, first of all, at 5 versus 5, even strength, he's a number 1 among all the players for the Montreal Canadiens with a Corsi of 56.28. Let's give you an idea what it looked like Lehkonen and what he represents for the Montreal Canadiens. He's the high danger scoring for the Montreal at 59.51%. His expected goal percentage is at 59.67. If you look about the last 2 stats, the high danger scoring, he's a number 15 forward in NHL with over 200-minute play TOI in NHL. He's a number 28 forward expected goal percentage in NHL. Just give you an idea what he bring also on the other area or categories in NHL. That's what Lehkonen does. So what do you want to explain a bit more, Coach? Here we go. I'm going to give you a graphic here with the offense, with Lehkonen, and also without Lehkonen. And I don't want to go deeper because it's a little bit more understanding what you need to understand about those kind of graphic. But I give you more colors you get. It's more the red color example. It's where you take advantage of the players by the shot, everything like that. And then you give you the rate of the shot with Lehkonen. The X goal for per 60 minutes is increasing of 22% for the team, 5 versus 5. Without him on the ice, look the offense of Montreal, how it dropped at 2.14, a minus 17 percentage. You can see we disappear the red of the shooting and the chance to scoring. That's the value of Lehkonen this season with the Montreal Canadiens. The second thing on the defensive side is the flip side. You can see on the defense, when he's not there, you can see they drop a lot. His percentage at 2.15. When he's on the ice, that's increasing his defensive at 3.14. That's the value of Lehkonen right there. You can stop the video looking more and see, explain a little bit more what's going on over there. So for me, Lehkonen, he's at 26 years old. He's getting at his prime of his career, 26 to 30, where the player is getting more. He's getting more minutes with Montreal. He's a top 9 players in my book. He's really at the third line. It's where I believe you get the best of Lehkonen. But also on special team, on the PK, it's really where Lehkonen is above of many other players in NHL. His position on the ice, his pressure he bring on the other opponent team on the PK, the way he put his position with a lane with his stick, the way he back and forth, where he cover his man and he's aware what's going on and how he read and how he anticipate the pass, everything like that. That's make Lehkonen special over other players in NHL on the special team PK. And when he does it, he make other players on the ice better on PK. Of course, Montreal struggled a little bit more this year, but Lehkonen is one of the best in NHL, I'll be honest with you, on the PK. For now, because I just mentioned the quality of what Lehkonen does in NHL, people think he have no value. Yes, he have a lot of value, and many teams are right now on the race for the playoff. They are looking for Lehkonen, at least 3 or 4. I'm going to give you at the end some categories who can get trade, and that's all about. He become a trade bait, I believe, like Chariot, Kulak, maybe other players, Montreal Canadiens. Many teams looking. He's going to be for other team third-line players. One is really good on both sides of the game, and that's what the team, they are really interested about Lehkonen. If he's got trade for the New York Rangers, I still believe the Montreal Canadiens can get KRATSOV from them. I think it will be a good pick for the Montreal Canadiens to trade if they trade again the New York Rangers. With the Los Angeles Kings, I think Montreal should looking for VILARDI and return. Why not 2 picks? Because the only pick, I believe, like you can see at the bottom of this grip, you can get a second-round pick and return Lehkonen. So those teams, usually they are at the end of the round of each, whatever they get. I think it would be better to get a prospect and return. KRATSOV is 21. VILARDI is what, 22? And then Colorado. Colorado, because you're not going to get Barron or Biram or New Hook or something like that, right? Or the top best maybe 3 prospect from Colorado. I think a player we don't too much we talk about is Martin KAUT. He's playing right now with Colorado Eagles. One is maybe the top best 5 prospect for the Colorado. He's 22 years old. He's a little bit like Lehkonen, but a little bit taller and bigger. And I think he can play that kind of players, that kind of role with the Montreal Canadiens, like Lehkonen does right now with the Montreal Canadiens. So, and then finally, if he can trade with other team, I think Montreal, at least they can get a second round overall pick from the team they're going to make that kind of the trade. And that's conclude, guys, the value of Artturi Lehkonen for what I believe what he look and what he represent right now for the Montreal Canadiens. Can he get betrayed? Possible. I think it depends what can use, what kind of plan he has, and what he's looking for. On the flip side, guys, I love Lehkonen. I think you can build or have him inside your team, and the way his work ethic, his dedication, his composure, his behavior off ice, he's a great example. He can lead also the young guests around him to become, really knows what it takes to become a professional. That's what Lehkonen is for me. And I would not be sad if he stay with the Montreal Canadiens. Honestly, I would say I would not trade for Lehkonen, but sometime because you want to rebuild or retools, that kind of players, they are maybe have a better trade market to trade and to get something in return, maybe younger age. And that's maybe what's happened. Lehkonen, again, he's 26 years old. For the next 3-4 years, he's going to be on his prime or during his career. The only thing I would say to him about him is that if he can add a little bit more, like 15-20 goals per year, this Lehkonen is really a solid player in NHL. This concludes, guys, another video of the series called the Let's Talk Habs with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY. But before we leave, we want to remind you, of course, please subscribe, click on the likes, and tell me what you think about Artturi Lehkonen. And of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody. I look forward for the next video with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY.